Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So when I sing, you all can hear me. When I stop, you can sing after me, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai.
Jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuvannilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. Oh, Jai Krishna Prabhu, you can
Hare
send
Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Dev. Jai Krishna Prabhu, can you send the link to all? Today they have not received the link, they are saying. They have picked it up from the last week link.
So
Can
the
you hear
link
me?
remains same.
No, link remains same, but some
Yeah.
of them get help. If you send them the link, they quickly connect.
Oh yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Yeah, now immediately you can send it. That may be the reason for some of them are unable to connect now. They may be searching for the link. You can send it every week to them. Yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So all of you devotees, good morning and Hare Krishna to you. You see, whenever you're coming, I don't expect everybody to turn on the video sometimes, because you may be sometimes bathing or brushing, or you may be joining. Therefore, I don't expect. But if you are fresh, if you're already ready, like Alek Gorpade, you see, he is fresh and ready for the class. So if you turn on the video, all other friends will be inspired also. To turn on their videos, and then we all are in the classroom setting. Saurabh has joined from Bloomington. Vidyagopal Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And Jacob Anderson, Jacob has been coming regularly. Yeah, very good. And Ade, okay. So whoever is in a position to reveal your beautiful face to everybody, you are most welcome. Yash Patel. Yash Patel is from where, Yash?
Hare Krishna from Atlanta.
Okay, yes, welcome. And so now we are going to the next session. It is a short session, so I will leave some time for question answers today, definitely, if you all have questions. I'm just sharing the PPT with you 1 minute. So it is called as putting principle before pleasure. So we have been doing chapter 1, and now we are entering into chapter 2 from today. Chapter 1 is complete. As you see here, there is a connection between chapter 1 and 2. See here, Arjuna is presenting more doubts. There's one more doubt in the second chapter he will present, which is the which is presented. The last one, indecision, he will present. Otherwise, four of his problems why he doesn't want to fight the battle, he has presented before. So, see, the most important thing about Bhagavad Gita, it is not a book of violence or silence. It is a book of transcendence. When we talk about war, we think of violence. When we talk about good behavior, we talk of silence. But transcendence is beyond any mundane action. Transcendence means acting as per the will of God, acting in alignment with his teachings. So that is the concluding part of Gita when Arjuna will tell Krishna, Karishye vachanam tava. I will act as per your instruction. And why Krishna's instruction is all good, you will see in today's session. And the reasons are given if you see here. Arjuna was very confused, and then in this chapter he is going to surrender to Krishna, accepting Krishna as a guru. See, here I have given you a tabular column for you to quickly, easily refer here. You can see this. Why Arjuna didn't want to fight and why Krishna wanted him to fight. There are reasons given here, and I have, on the third column I have given you the verse numbers. See, he said he was feeling compassion for them. Actually, then Krishna told him, you are fooling, you are actually feeling compassion for the body, but we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. For example, if a doctor feels compassion for the patient who is crying due to pain, but the doctor has to give injection. Doctor cannot say that if I give injection, patient will feel more pain. No, the injection is good for the patient so that the patient will be cured. Similarly, all the people on the adharma side, they have to be given the injection of this war, by which they will all come to righteous righteous path. They will get purified of all their sinful reactions. So that has to be done. One shouldn't feel false compassion. That is Krishna's answer. Like sometimes a teacher has to scold a student, or parent has to scold a student, or doctor has to give an injection. These are all little painful, but the pain has to be, it's not an infliction of pain. It is ultimately done for the good of the candidate. Second one, he says, Arjuna said, even if all these people die in the battle, who will be left for me to show off or impress? I cannot enjoy. Because in this world, everybody wants to impress somebody. If all my enemies die, then whom can I show off to? Like that. So Krishna is telling him, you see, Hatova prapsasi swargam, hitva va bhakshase mahim. He said, if you die in the battle, you will go to heaven. And if you win the battle, you will be the king of the earth. Then either way, there is no loss for you, Arjun. Like the Krishna says. In this battle, there is only ultimately victory. There is nothing to lose, he said. So Krishna is telling him, a Kshatriya king has his duty. Just like a doctor has the duty to do surgery, Kshatriya has the duty to conduct the war and establish dharma. That's Kshatriya's duty. So you do your duty perfectly and win the unrivaled earthly kingdom or the heavenly kingdom. And because you are sticking to the duty and receiving the reward for your duty, it's perfect. Then third one, he says, sin will overcome us if we, kill all these people on either side. Many of them are my relatives. Like sometimes students have this question. I have seen students ask this question. What if my family members or relatives, they don't like me practicing Krishna consciousness? I don't want to hurt them. Therefore, I will not come to temple, I will not chant because I want to flow with them. Some people say like that. Think about it. Actually, if somebody is drowning, if you give a hand and they pull you also into water and both of you drown together, is it good? Or you pull them out of the water and then save their life also. That will be more wiser, isn't it? Similarly, now you are all very blessed and fortunate that you have started understanding this most rare spiritual message of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna says, 1 out of 1,000 people endeavor to know the spiritual message. And out of those 1 out of 1,000 people, another 1,000 of them understand the spiritual message. And you are a chosen one because you are understanding the subject and you are coming for the classes and you are making an effort to understand, and it's becoming clearer for you, this knowledge. So therefore, one should, when one is receiving the spiritual knowledge, one should understand the rarity of it and the blessing that one is receiving. So, and you, ideally speaking, you should give it to all your family members, your mother, your father, your wife, your children, your uncle, aunt, everybody should get it. Yeah. When you are trying to become Krishna conscious, it is like when you wake up the sleeping people in the early morning in a chill, cold winter, nobody will like it. People will say, hey, don't put on the light. Hey, don't wake up. Sleep. We are all sleeping. You also sleep with us. Everybody may say. But it is good for you to get up and take a fresh shower and then wake everybody one up like that. So, therefore, the relatives may feel that, why don't you also be under Maya? Maya means just eat, drink, and be merry without doing a duty to God. There will be that type of idea they have. So they are drowning. So one's duty is to relieve the drowning people by pulling them out of the water. And that's what Lord Krishna told Arjuna also. You are fearing sin of hurting them, but actually I am teaching you devotional activity. This is free from sin. Aham tvam sarva papebhi mokshishami. Krishna will say later on also, he will say. And also, lipite is nasapapena padmapatram vivambasa. He will say that the activity, devotional activity means acting for God is never sin. The third activity is saying, third one, if you see, fear of sin, devotional activity is free from sin. For example, if you are fighting for the nation, the nation will award you a medal if you return from the battle. But if you take a gun and shoot your neighbor, for that the same nation will put you behind the bars. Because the first one is done for the nation, second one is done on your own account. Similarly, in the bank also, if a cashier is sitting and collecting millions of dollars and putting in the bank, the cashier will be given a salary every month for doing that service. But if a cashier is putting part of the money in his pocket, then he'll be fired from the job and he'll be put behind the bars. So because the first one is done for the bank, second one is done on his personal account. So in this way, Lord Krishna taught Arjuna, work on God's account, don't work on your own account. If you work on God's account, as per the order of God, then you are not responsible. He is responsible for everything. And when you act on your own account, then you become responsible. Correct, no? Like you all are belonging to some school or college. So when you represent a school for playing a game, then when you become a winner, the school also gets a good name and you also get good name, isn't it? On the other hand, if you are simply playing baseball or football on your own in a ground, there is no competition, there is no great winning in that, and you don't represent anybody great. So therefore, representing some great personality is important. A Lord said, if you are representing God and fighting the battle, you become glorious. On the other hand, you simply fight a battle just for expanding your kingdom out of greed, like what Duryodhana is doing. He is not representing anybody, he is representing his own sense gratification. That is good for nothing. And he is going to be victimized for that. So you are representing Krishna. That's what Krishna says here, the third one. And the fourth one, destruction of family tradition, he said. No, your worry, Arjuna, is that if all these warriors die in the battle, then their wives will become widows. The wives become widows, they'll be polluted by other men, and then the home, all the spiritual, religious activities will be finished, and then the children will become corrupt, and they will become a great thorn in the society in future. That is your worry, isn't it? But Krishna said, no, it won't happen. Why? Because if all these men die in the battle, the widowed woman, although they will be single, Yudhishthira Maharaj will become like their father and offer protection to all the widowed women. Nobody will be able to touch those widowed women. Because Yudhishthira Maharaj is a great protector of Praja, protecting Praja like his own children, like father protecting his own children. Like that he would protect his citizens. So then women will not be polluted, and the woman will continue to practice religious activities, because Yudhishthira and all the Pandavas are virtuous, and they are all guided by Krishna and Bhishma. They have been guided. He is guided by Bhishma in the governance, and he is guided by Lord Krishna in all the religious principles. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is going to rule the world in a very religious way. Everywhere you will see the people will be faithfully following religion, so the widows also will practice properly. And the children at home, everybody will do religious activities. So there will be like Rama Rajya or Krishna Rajya, as we say. So you have nothing to worry like what you are imagining. In fact, on the contrary, when these fellows die in the battle, they will not continue their religious nefarious activities. Like Duryodhana now is bringing Draupadi to the assembly and disrobing her, or they are playing gambling match, or they are always hatching plots to kill the Pandavas, and they are always doing sinful activities. But now their sinful activities will be put a full stop. They won't be able to do any more. So that way the adharma will be finished, dharma will be established. That is Krishna's point. And the fifth one, Arjuna was indecisive. I don't know, Krishna, whether I should fight the battle or I should not fight the battle, whether I should be killed by them or I should kill them. I don't know, I'm very confused about my duty. Like that Arjuna will say. And for that, Lord Krishna told that because you are surrendering to me with this query, I will give you knowledge. And once you receive the knowledge, then fight with firm determination. In our life also many times, people ask a question, in case I have to make some decision what I should do. For example, you are eating, should I eat little more or should I stop now? If you get the question in the mind, then what should you do? Should you eat little more? Because when you're getting the question, I'm almost full in the belly, should I eat little more? Then we should not eat actually, according to doctors. Yeah. Similarly, if you're feeling, should I go to a lavatory? My stomach is, it's giving some problem, should I go? If you ask, and then you are not clear in the mind, then you board your car and go to office. On the way, your stomach will create problem. Again, you take a U-turn and come back. Therefore, whenever you feel like motion is little bit coming, don't hesitate. Immediately go to lavatory and take a bath, and then you come. But eating, when it comes to eating, should I eat more or not? One should not eat. So how do we know these things? We know from the doctor. Doctors teach us, because doctor is an authority in the health. So we have to learn from the doctor. Similarly, Krishna is a spiritual authority. If you want to make decisions in life, one has to go to the scriptures. One has to go to the sacred text spoken by God, like you see Krishna is speaking. So when you read Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, so when we read these literatures, it becomes very clear for us, in a particular situation, what we should do, what is morality, what is immorality, what is ethical, what is unethical, what action is spiritual action, what action is mundane action. So what is beneficial to me and all, what is harmful to me and others. Clearly we can know, hearing from the wise words of the saintly people and studying the sacred scriptures and living a life in accordance with that, you will never be indecisive. Now the problem with Arjuna was what? Arjuna was weeping, although he was just 1 or 2 feet near Krishna. Still he was weeping because of disconnectivity. He was disconnected. Because he was thinking that I will independently make my own decision. Therefore he was in problem. He was in a soup mess. But the moment he surrendered to Krishna, everything is going to become clear to him now. That he will do in the second chapter. So this is the connection between chapter 1 and 2. Arjuna is presenting a little more doubt now, the second chapter, and then he's getting completely confused. So I had given the title, Putting Principle Before Pleasure. See what extreme left side you see. What Duryodhana is thinking. Not caring for scriptures and God and acting selfishly for becoming an unrivaled king. So he is hell-bent on becoming the king of the world. That is Duryodhana. And Arjuna is also, actually Arjuna appears to be a principled man, but here I have shown you, he is also working for his own pleasure right now, being under illusion. Of course, Arjuna cannot be under illusion. He's a great pure devotee of the Lord. But he is acting like this, arranged by Krishna for you and me, for us to learn a lesson. Krishna is teaching us through Arjuna. So he is also having some pleasure in mind. He is having false compassion for saving the dress of a drowning man. If a man is drowning, you should save the man, not the dress. Similarly, Krishna told him, you should save the soul, not just the body. Body is simply like gloves over the soul. And then lamenting for the outward gross body, not caring for the soul. He is giving up his duty, which is painful. Sometimes duty is painful. Going to school on a chill, cold winter is painful. or sometimes giving up the play, and like you are opening the computer, playing video game is joyful, but you have to do your duty also in the computer. So it's ignorance without self-realization. These are all Arjuna's situation. So I told you Duryodhana's situation, Arjuna's situation. What Lord Krishna is teaching, he is teaching principles. Stick to duty ordained in scriptures as ordered by God. That is principle. So we should go above our own pleasure. Now, you may be thinking that, Prabhu, we thought Arjuna is a principled man. Duryodhana is going by pleasure. But Arjuna, yes, it is true, Arjuna is a wonderful devotee of God. But in this particular situation, he is also having his own independent plan of what is ultimate good. But after surrendering to Krishna, he will truly learn what is ultimate good. At the moment, he is pious, and he is very compassionate, and he has a tender heart. So he is feeling sympathy at the moment. Yeah. So this is the first concept you are going to learn. 3 concepts you are learning today. First concept is Krishna waking up Arjuna from his illusory status of false compassion. I like this picture, you see here. Arjuna is putting his bow down, and Krishna is preaching to him, and he is waking up. So if any of us in our life lost confidence in doing our duty, lost hope in any situation, we can remember this picture. How Arjuna was like this, and then Krishna, you can imagine how difficult is the task of Krishna. If somebody has no inclination or no interest and is a determined person that I am not going to act, how Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and amazingly woke up determination in Arjuna. Some of us have experience of being lazy, not able to get up in the morning, isn't it? So you can see this, how Krishna woke up the sleeping Arjuna. Arjuna was thinking it's very comfortable not to fight the battle, go to forest and become a beggar. Krishna will tell him, hey Arjun, you want to become a beggar with a begging bowl in your hand. If you go to your home, you beg alms and they don't give you, you will immediately remove the sword. What? I am a Kshatriya, you are not giving me alms, I will kill you. You will say that. Because your nature is to be a Kshatriya warrior. So don't give up your nature and go to forest like a Brahmana. That is not your nature. Do act according to nature, but in alignment with God. That's what Krishna is teaching you. Yeah. So let us see, Sanjay is describing how Krishna is seeing Arjuna lamenting like an ignorant man, and Krishna is responding now. Sanjay uvacha tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantamidam vakyam uvacha madhusudanaha. So when Krishna saw Ashrupurna Kulekshanam, Arjuna's eyes were brimming with tears, as you see in the picture also here. Arjuna is weeping. Vishidantamidam vakyam. So now he is going to speak in great lamentation. So he's calling Madhusudana. He's calling Krishna as Madhusudan. Madhusudan means Madhu is demon. And Sudana means killer. So Krishna, you are the killer of the demon. So Sanjay has informed Dhritarashtra that Arjuna's doubts will be killed now, and he will give up his doubt and he'll fight the battle. Because earlier Dhritarashtra was happy to hear that Arjuna had given up the bow and was overcome with grief. So what was Dhritarashtra's notion? Arjuna will give up the battle and go to forest again, and my sons can rule. That's what he was thinking. But Sanjaya told him, my dear sir, don't think Arjuna will give up the battle. Right now he is giving up battle, but Krishna will advise him to wake up and fight the battle, and they are going to win. Don't have false hopes. Like that Sanjay's secretary of Dhritarashtra is telling Dhritarashtra. Yeah. Here is the Prabhupada writes in the purport. The signs of ignorance of the real self means material compassion, lamentation, tears, and all these things. So here he is saying definition of a Shudra means to lament for outward dress or one who laments unnecessarily. Like here you see a fellow is drowning in the water and that other fellow is saving his t-shirt, or bringing the shirt out and letting the man drown. How foolish it is. Similarly, the soul is the real person and our body is only dress. Arjuna wants to save the body of the warriors, but allowing their souls to commit sin and drown in the samsara sagar, samsara ocean. Is allowing the souls to drown in the name of saving the body. That's the meaning of this. A man fallen into the ocean of nations cannot be saved simply by rescuing his gross body. So once the soul has to be saved. So these two are opposite, ignorance versus self-realization. Real compassion means compassion for the eternal soul. That is actually self-realization. That's the first thing Krishna is teaching him. Here you see somebody, this is one of the very famous actresses, Sri Devi. And when now recently she died, 2-3 years ago, she passed away. After she died, she looked like this. See the difference. When she was living, how she looked, and when she died, how she looks, you see. Because you will see, in the dead body also, chemicals are same, but there are no feelings, no thinking, no movement, no consciousness at all. Because Lord Krishna will teach in this chapter, the soul is gone. This is the jnana, the knowledge that Krishna is teaching in this chapter. The soul is the spirit or the real driver of the body. So you will see, like in a car, you have a driver, or like a parrot in a cage. In the same manner, the spirit is the driver of this bodily machine. So Krishna is going to begin that knowledge in this chapter. In the next class, we will be starting that section. It will come now very soon. So why this knowledge is very important? Your spirituality starts with this ABC. The ABC is, I am not the body, I am spirit soul. I am the spirit seated in this bodily machine. One has to understand that. It's a very basic thing. Difference between matter and spirit. The whole world is thinking that I am the body. Krishna is speaking, he says, how have these impurities come upon you, Arjun? Not befitting an Aryan. So, you see, people are so much conscious about the body. People are conscious of their hairstyle conscious, belt conscious, shoe conscious, watch conscious, jeans conscious, t-shirt conscious, except Krishna conscious. All other conscious. People are conscious of everything. It is like, people are very much concerned about what model car I am using, what is the color of the car, what is the speed of the car, what is everything they are asking, but they are not driving the car. You have to sit inside the car and progress ahead and to do your duty. So the whole world is absorbed in just decorating the car or decorating the cage without feeding the parrot or without taking care of the driver. So here you will see, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutastva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupasthitham Anaryajushtama Akirti Karam Arjuna. So he is asking, Krishna is asking, Kutastva Kashmalamidam. How have these impurities come upon you, Arjun? So what is the impurity Krishna is talking? Impurity means you are actually a very famous Kshatriya warrior, but now a warrior is weeping. How foolish it is. Imagine, for example, if a very beautiful Bharatanatyam dancer, if she goes to a stage, if one goes to a stage, and then after going to a stage, she gets afraid. So many people are watching. What will happen? So immediately, suddenly, she sits in the stage and closes her face. What will people say? Yeah. Okay, there's a question here, I think. Yeah. When you tell someone none of this matters, the clothes, cars, only the soul, they look like you're stupid. I've had it happen to me. And you can see it doesn't register fully in their heads. Yeah, that's a good point. Jacob's point is a good point. Actually, people, because they just don't know, they have no knowledge of what is the spirit. So what I do, I will tell you. When I recently went to Caltech, I went to Massachusetts Institute of Technology, all these universities, I practically challenged them. I asked them a question. Matter and spirit, I can tell you 6 differences. And in case you feel any of the 6 points I'm telling you is wrong, you can correct me, I told them. For example, when you have spirit living in a body, you will see that you have perception. Like you're walking on the road, you can see a snake. And then there's a mental activity. You think about what the snakes do. You have fear. And then there's a purposeful action. You take a stick and beat the snake. These three are externally observable phenomena in any living body. A dog can observe, you can observe, insect can observe. For example, if a worm is coming like this, you stop it, immediately takes a turn and goes like this. Because they can perceive, they can do a mental activity, and they can purposefully act like that. These three are external. Internally, you will see Sat Chit Ananda, you can experience. That means all of us want to live forever, eternally, and we all are looking for knowledge, and we all want to be happy. So I asked all the boys, girls who came for the program, tell me this internally, is there anybody who doesn't want to live? Is there anybody who doesn't want knowledge? Is there anybody who doesn't want happiness? You can internally feel it. And externally, the other three I told you. So these are clear-cut symptoms of living body and dead matter. A living body can reproduce children, like a male dog and female dog can produce puppies. But you can never find your desktop computer and a laptop computer producing a palm-top computer. You don't find it. They can't beget another machine. Only a living body can reproduce. Dead matter cannot reproduce. For example, if a snake crawls over your shoulder, immediately you will jump up because you are a living body. But if a snake crawls over a table or a chair, they will not respond because they're dead matter. So anyway, any new person you preach to, you can challenge them with this. The difference between a living body and dead matter. In a living body, there's a spirit. If the spirit soul is not present, the living body is called as dead. That means the living body minus spirit is matter. As simple as that. So in this way, we have to scientifically explain to them. That's what Srila Prabhupada did when he came to the West. And then they will not be able to argue. In fact, they won't be able, they will have to look like a stupid. Like you said here, they look at you like a stupid. So they will look stupid because they won't be able to defeat your point. So coming back here, Kutastwa Kashmalamidam. He said, what is the impurity that has come on you? That means, one should not fear one's duty. Like I told you, a dancer, when the dancer goes to the stage, due to stage fright, a dancer cannot fumble. A dancer has to dance. A speaker has to speak. You are going to do a very wonderful activity, then why do you hesitate? Similarly, you have come to the battle carrying your bow and arrow, and you are a Kshatriya king. You should do your duty perfectly without hesitating. So without, then people will laugh at you for your cowardice, he tells him. And then he is saying, Anarya Jushtam Asvargyam. The word Anarya is explained, I'll explain. After one more verse, I'll explain that word. Klaibyam asmagamah partha naitat payyupapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktvottishta parantapa. In the previous verse, I'm going to explain three words. One is Anarya Jushtam, Asvargyam, Akirtikaram, he's saying. Arya means a faithful follower of the Vedic path of life. That means they accept God, they align with God, act for the pleasure of God. They follow path of morality and ethical living, and spiritual path they follow as per the Vedas. They live. That's called as Arya. Anarya means opposite. Of course, Arjuna is also Arya. He follows the Vedic literature properly. But now he is deviating by not fighting the battle. Therefore, he is calling him as Anarya. Krishna is calling. Then he is saying Asvargyam. That means if you fail in your duty, you will not attain heaven. You will only suffer, he says. But if you do your duty, you will attain heaven. And Akirtikaram. In this world also people will talk ill of you. Hey, look at this Kshatriya king. He became a coward. Krishna wanted to tell Arjuna that you may want to forgive these soldiers and not fight with them, but they will not understand it. They will think that you are actually a coward. You are giving up the battle and going to forest. They are going to laugh at you. Krishna, Sambhavitasya Chakirtir Manadatrishya. He will say that later on. So this is this verse. And then the next verse, Klaibyamma. Hey, don't be overcome by your impotency, he said. You are accompanying a person like me, Krishna. I am your friend. I am giving you advice. and you should fight boldly. So, Hridaya Dorbalyam, Tyaktva, he said, give up your weakness of heart. Oh Kshatriya, get up, like that Arjuna is speaking to him. So here you can see, we called him as Nanaryan, and Kashmalam implies impurities, Clabium is important. I am your most intimate friend. I am guiding you personally, then why are you worrying? You have nothing to lament. But you are disconnected from my instruction, therefore you are lamenting. So, and Hridaya Dorbalya means you are showing weakness of heart. False magnanimity be shown to Bhishma and Drona. Sometimes, and this I explained it nicely in the previous session, how a sister gave to younger brother, pakoda, puri and everything. Although doctor had told mother that your son is having typhoid, don't give him anything. But then the sister gave him all that and that fellow suffered. So because my elder sister was showing false compassion to the younger brother who was in a diseased state. So in certain situations, we should not show false compassion. That is the point. Like a doctor should not fear to give injection. He has to give injection, as I told you. Similarly, if a doctor says certain things should not be eaten, no sweets, then even your mind may say, no, I like sweets. Okay, you may like sweet, but you cannot eat. Doctor has told. You have to give up. So don't show false compassion to yourself. Some of you have experienced. Somebody suffering from obesity. Doctor says no junk food. You should eat only salads. In Pune, there is one fellow. Doctor told him, you can eat as much mung dal, sprouts. You can eat as much sprouts you want, and you can eat salads, no problem. You can eat carrots and beetroots and cucumber, and such salads you can eat. So this fellow morning, one day I saw him eating a bun. Again, already he's suffering from obesity. I asked him, hey, what are you doing? He said, am I a horse? I can keep eating salads always, he's saying. He doesn't like salads at all. So he wants to please his own mind. So therefore, we should be merciless to our mind. You foolish mind, you have forced me to eat all this junk food. Now I'm suffering from obesity. Now I have to starve you now. Now you have to eat only salads. So therefore, we should be, in this way, you will see that we should be uncompromising in following. That's what he said. Don't have weakness of heart. Yeah. So here I have shown you Aryans and non-Aryans. You see, Aryans means civilized class of men. And then they know the aim of life is to please the Supreme Lord by devotion. Whereas non-Aryans means they don't know the aim of life is to purify the heart, become liberated from material bondage and attain God. They don't know this. They're completely ignorant. See, the picture itself reveals. I have put two pictures. The left side picture you see, Aryans means accept Guru, they study the Vedas, they follow austerity, sense control, spiritual knowledge, attain God. On the right side you see, they are into all kinds of dirty things, eat, drink and be merry. On the left side, Aryans are, their life is based on spiritual realization. Anarya means their culture is based on material civilization. But actually Arjuna is on which side, left side or right side? He is following, he is Aryan. He is actually a follower of Vedas and everything, but sometimes what happens, due to some pious people, they think they are pious, but they are not following God. For example, imagine you are going in the road. Whenever there's a red signal, you stop the car. When there's a green signal, you drive the car. You are faithfully following the laws, but you have no destination to go. You are going round and round and round, like that. Yeah. So they go round and round the road, but without having any aim or destination. Similarly, pious people also say that, I follow the rules and regulations very strictly, but I don't know what is the ultimate goal of life. They don't know soul, they don't know God, they don't know the loving relationship. Similarly, Arjuna also here is a pious fellow, and he is also feeling sympathy for the relatives and all that, but he is not having ultimate goal of, doing his perfect duty in alignment with God. So here is a question about Hitler stealing the word Arya, and he stole the swastika symbol also. Yeah, actually, I can put one article, just 1 minute. I'll put it in the... see, I have put, you can take this. I have put one article, Aryan invasion myth. I don't have to explain it. You can see it yourself at your leisure. So, Jai Krishna Prabhu, you can save it and keep it and send it to all. Okay?
Sure, Prabhu. Sure.
Aryan invasion myth I have written. Yeah. This is, if you want to take a scientific approach, this is one. Or if you want to get more details, I can give you one more article also. There's another one. This is another article. 2 articles I have put. So you can send both of them to all the attendees so they can read it themselves. So, okay. See, the second concept is 3 levels of realization of the absolute truth. Here, why this is very important. Bhagavan, Krishna is addressed as Bhagavan. First time you will see Bhagavan Uvacha is going to come, because when Krishna is speaking, it says Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. What is that Bhagavan we will see now? See, I have shown you 3 pictures: Jnanis, Yogis, Bhaktas. These are the 3 levels of realization. You see here, Jnanis realize impersonal Brahma Jyoti. And the Yogis realize Paramatma in the heart. You see, the Yogi is sitting, and in his heart there is Super Soul, Lord Vishnu form. And Bhaktas realize the Bhagavan feature, Lord Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada has explained very nicely with examples. I'll show you. For example, if you see a mountain from a distant place, it looks like this. It looks very hazy, isn't it? But as the train goes nearer to the mountain, you will see like this. You see more details, you see? It looks more clearer with all the greenery and everything. When you go even more near, you will see some people walking, going, coming. There are houses, huts, there are cows, calves, everything. You get better and better detail. The same mountain, here it is very hazy, here it is more clear, it's even more clear. Similarly, the absolute truth, God, when you want to understand, if you see here, from a distance, people think it is all just impersonal light. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Like that they think. This is the first understanding one gets about absolute truth. They think absolute truth has no form, no shape, no name. They think like that. It's just like Om, that's all. And when they are called Jnanis. When Jnanis becomes Bhunam Janma Namante, after many, many lifetimes, they come to understand Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Then they come to this stage. Lord Vasudeva is the Supreme Lord, and who is Paramatma in the heart. On the left bottom, you see, the Super Soul is thinking of Vasudeva in his heart. So this is Paramatma understanding. And the Paramatma is there in the heart of all living beings, as you see. And he's also in every atom also. He's present in every atom and all the living beings. This is the second understanding of God, more deeper understanding. Then when they go further, here they have a formal understanding of God, respectful understanding, like Prime Minister or President in the Parliament. And then when they go higher, then they come to this understanding Bhagavan. He is ultimately God is Krishna. He is very friendly Lord. He is playful Lord. He is sportive Lord. He plays on a flute. He plays with cows and calves and peacocks and monkeys in Vrindavan. So this is the Bhagavan understanding, God with full all 6 opulences. So these 3 understandings are explained. So here Brahma confirms it in Brahma Samhita. Ishvaraha Parama Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as the Govinda, he is the Supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin. And he is the prime cause of all causes. So Bhagavan, Bhaga means opulences. I'm going to show you that very soon now. So here, who attracts us in this world, if you see, then everyone is attracted to someone beautiful, someone strong, or someone wealthy. Why? Because originally these opulences are present in the Supreme Lord, who is supremely attractive. Original beauty is in spiritual world. Material beauty it is reflecting as tiny beauty, insignificant beauty. Similarly, the strength, Krishna is lifting Govardhan hill. We living beings also have some strength. In this way, you will see that Parashara Muni defines it. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya shashashriya jnana vairagya chapyukto shannam bhagamitingana. He says beauty, wealth, knowledge, fame, strength, renunciation, they are all present in God in oceanic proportion. Therefore, even with little beauty we are attracted in this world. If somebody is little wealthy, we are attracted. But God has unlimited beauty. Here you see, for example, we only have it in minute portion in this world, and that minute also doesn't remain forever. If you see, somebody is somebody saying lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees. Somebody Arapati, Karapati, we say, but Krishna is Lakshmipati, which means he is the Lord of all the wealth of all the millions of universes. In this world also you see, somebody is beautiful, but this beauty queen cannot remain beautiful like this always. Eventually the beauty will fade away. Similarly, you find somebody is very wealthy. Bill Gates was the first richest man. Now there are other wealthy people who have come above him. So in this way you will find this is Einstein for knowledge, strength, fame, or renunciation. So in this way, these are the opulences in this world also we see. They are upside down tree, reflection in the water. Originally they are present in the original tree, which is Krishna. So they are reflected in the material world. They are originally present in the Lord, in this world. Therefore, Krishna has unlimited beauty, unlimited wealth, unlimited knowledge, unlimited strength, unlimited fame. And he is renounced ultimately. He is serving his own devotees. So, therefore, one who is full in 6 opulences, And Krishna says in this world also, anybody possessing these opulences, Mama Teja Amsha Sambhavam, they are only small spark of my splendor, he is telling. I have it in oceanic proportion, they have only droplets of opulences. So that was the second one. So, this is a very important thing that Srila Prabhupada explains, that Bhagavan, the Bhaga means 6 opulences. So in Bhagavad Gita, you will nowhere find Sri Krishna Uvacha, it won't say. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, it is said. Because it's understood that Bhagavan, when you say it's God, is the supreme truth. At least theoretically, one should be able to appreciate, understand in the beginning. But as you proceed with Bhagavad Gita, things will become more and more clear for you. What different religions call as Allah or Jehovah or Buddha, ultimately you will find that the same God is Krishna. It's like one sun addressed by different names, Ravi or Dinakar or Bhaskar or Suraj or Surya and all these names. Or water is called by different names. Like that, this is Bhagavan, we should know the personality of Godhead. And third concept here, Arjuna putting principle before pleasure and refusing to fight with his superiors. Here, see here in the picture you see, Arjuna is looking at Drona and Bhishma. Bhishma and Drona he is seeing, because they are very respectable for him. In fact, in the beginning of the battle, you may be aware, Arjuna sent arrows to offer his obeisances to them. He sent arrows. When Duryodhana saw, he laughed and said, "Hey, look at these Pandavas, they are sending arrows, kissing the ground," he said. Then Bhishma and Drona told him, "You fool, he is offering obeisances, namaskar." And sending the arrows to the ground, he took their blessings actually, because they are his teachers. Arjuna had, you can see Arjuna is touching his chest and feeling sympathy for them. How can I kill such great personalities who are worthy of my worship? That is his question. Arjuna vacha katham bhishmamaham sankhe dronam cha madhusudhana yushuve pratiyotsyami pujarghavari sudhana. He is telling, katham bhishmamaham sankhe. How can I face these powerful, intelligent and very exalted warriors? One Bhishma was like 25,000 Arjunas, Prabhupada says in one place. Very mighty grandsire, aged also and very powerfully mature and talented also. And Drona is his teacher. And he is telling Krishna, you are called Madhusudan and you want me to be Bhishma Sudan, Drona Sudan? He is asking. He is actually teasing Krishna. He is telling Krishna that you are a killer of demon, but you want me to kill these great personalities. Will you be Sandipani Sudan? Or will you be, will you kill your own teachers? How can we do that? He's saying that I have learnt archery from Drona. How can I defeat him in battle? Or how can I defeat Bhishma, who is our grandfather? So like that he is going to ask now. They are always worshipable, not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even sometimes they may be harsh in behavior, but we can't treat them harshly. So Krishna is asking, if Bhishma and others attack, then why should you not attack them? This is not the rule for Kshatriyas to fight. If you're a Kshatriya, if they attack you, you have to defend yourself. Arjuna is saying, I should offer flowers to their feet in devotion rather than sharp arrows and anger. Oh, friend Krishna. He's telling like that. He's saying we should not even offer verbal fight. How can I physical fight? And Krishna is asking, would you ever attack Krishna? Arjuna is asking, would you ever attack your own grandfather Ugrasena or Sandipani Muni? And then Krishna is asking, if you don't want kingdom, then how will you live? Arjuna is saying by begging, and that is impractical. He's saying it out of false compassion. So Arjuna prefers begging rather than to revert the cost of great souls. Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum bhakshamapi haloke hatpartha kamamstu guru nihaiva bhunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan. He's telling Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan, they are all mahanubhavas. He's saying great souls. How I can enjoy this earthly kingdom after killing these great personalities. So he's speaking Dharma Shastra. See, Duryodhana thought about Artha Shastra. Artha means money is God for you. For him, money is God, Duryodhana. Whereas for Arjuna, he wants to follow Dharma. Dharma means he feels that even though they are aggressors, I should, on religious principles, on religious grounds, I should forgive them, he feels. Here, it is mentioned on the right side, you can see, right side I have quoted one verse. Guru means one should not reject them as stated in the scriptures, Arjuna's argument. But here Mahabharata says, Guror avaliptasya karya akaryam ajanatah utpata pratipannasya parityago vidiyate. One should reject the Guru who is proud, does not know proper behavior, he doesn't know what is right, what is wrong, he has given up religious principles, who becomes engaged in sinful life. Then one should reject such a Guru. Then why Arjuna is considering that they should not be rejected even though Bhishma and Drona show improper behavior and poison to kill Pandavas, and they are all poised to kill Pandavas in the battle. He is saying because they are Mahanubhava and great souls, what fault is there in Bhishma and others who have control over time and lust, like that he felt. So Bhishma could die at will. He had Ichamritu, his great personality, like that he is feeling. But actually, on the left side you see, and the middle of the page, a teacher is fit to be abandoned if he engages in abominable action. He has lost discrimination power. Then one should abandon such a teacher. But Arjuna is still preferring to forgive on material grounds. Yeah. So here here Bhishma is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arthasya Purusho Daso, he's saying here, that man is a servant of wealth. Wealth is not servant of anyone. Oh king, I have been bound by the wealth to the Kauravas. Actually, Bhishma had a policy that whichever is the ruling party, I will support them. So Kauravas are ruling, so he was supporting them. And Krishna is saying, therefore, has not their great character been destroyed by such desire for wealth? Arjuna is saying, that is true, but my enjoyment will be contaminated with their blood. If you say that they have contaminated blood, if I defeat them in battle, then my enjoyment will be contaminated with their blood, he is saying. Rudra Pradigdhan. Even in killing those Kurus who are greedy for wealth, if I should enjoy their wealth, it will be contaminated with their blood, like that is saying. Therefore, this chapter, this section which we are ending today, ends with Arjuna's confusion. Therefore, the next session, next week when you come, we will be doing why do we need a Guru? Even Arjuna needs a Guru. You will see that. Because without Guru's help, even very, very big personalities also can get shattered, completely confused and bewildered and indecisive in life. Chaitat vidma kataranno gariyo yatva jayema yadivano jayeyu yane bhatpartha jiji vishamaste vastita pramukhe dhartarashtraha. He is telling, Chaitat vidma kataranno gariyo. Should I finish them in battle or be finished by them? Should I conquer them or be conquered by them? I'm very confused, Krishna. I'm not able to arrive at a decision, he's telling. Although I am very learned in Vedas, although I am very expert in archery, although I am a champion of the whole world, although I was very sense controlled, even when Urvashi came and proposed to me in heaven, I considered her my ancestor and I didn't want to enjoy her. I am sense controlled. I am disciplined. I am learned in the Vedic literature and I have been leading a pious life in my life. But at this current moment, I am totally confused. I am bewildered and I am surrendering to you. So you are my Guru. Like that, Arjuna will surrender. So at that time, Krishna is going to begin the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita systematically. So I was telling that now 10 sessions we have finished today. So we are not going to add any more new candidates. Latest only next one session is the only session we will allow. After that, we will be closing the doors for any new candidates. Of course, those who registered before can, if they missed the previous sessions, they can join. But we will not be adding any more new candidates after the next session, because the knowledge of Gita is now actually beginning. Krishna is going to teach the systematic knowledge from the second chapter, 13th verse onwards. Till now, it is the background we have been learning. The wisdom that Lord gives to Arjuna begins from there. So from 11th session to the 50th session, the next 40 sessions, you will learn very systematic knowledge. It will be very valuable. It will be eye-opening for us and direction providing, wisdom providing. So you all are welcome. And if you have any friends you feel they have missed these sessions, you want them to join, you have one more class available, coming class, we can include them. Jai Krishna Prabhu will include their name and in the WhatsApp group, he will include them and invite them also. And you are most welcome, you continue coming. Till now, the background had a lot of details of names, of warriors and all those things. In case some of them was difficult for you, never mind. You didn't miss much. The actual knowledge is pretty easy, therefore, which is going to be started systematically, you will be learning. So you all are welcome. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So if you had any questions, you can write. Okay, Alek, you got the Bhagavad Gita? Oh, very good, very good. That's nice. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, all of you should have a copy of Bhagavad Gita with you. If you don't have, if you ask Jai Krishna Prabhu, he will arrange for you. So that when I'm proceeding with further sessions, you can refer them. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, G. Joshi, you don't have a copy yet. Jai Krishna Prabhu, you noted? G. Joshi needs a copy. Huh? Yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji, I noted.
Yeah. And also, Jai Krishna sent out a circular to all of you for the attendance. You can put so we can know who are able to join the classes regularly. So now this is such a beautiful wisdom of Gita. It's a thinking book. It's meant for the thinkers. If you think, you will immensely benefit. Keep coming and successfully complete the 50 sessions. Then you get the quintessence of the entire Gita. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare
Can you
Krishna.
please advise us on asking for forgiveness? Okay, so it is R. Sudha. So can you please send me a mail? Jai Krishna Prabhu. Okay, I can put my mail ID in this. You can send me. This is my email. radhesham.rns@iskanpune.com. So you can write a question to me. That question, what you asked here, you send it to me. If any of you also want to ask, you can directly write to me. Earlier, it was a very big crowd. It was difficult to handle. Now you are all regular attendees. I have given you my personal email. You can write to this, and any such questions you have, I can reply you. Okay? You can copy and keep it with you. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.